going. So I'm going to share my screen here in a moment. All right, let's get moving. We're going to start out with just an easy warm up like usual, and then our high intensity interval. So first thing that I want to do, we're going to kind of combine everything that this neck region does by doing some circles around that neck. So we're just going to go forward and around, and then come all the way back. Have that nice circular motion. This is great because it's flexion, extension, some gliding, all that stuff. I try to make sure that I do all those main movements throughout the day a few times. Let's get one more to the right and then all the way back. Awesome. Keeping it simple in this little warm up, we're going to go into the shoulders and go I, Y, T real quick. So you're just coming straight out in front of you. We keep those arms nice and straight. I, keep those arms straight, going into a Y, and then into RT. There we go. Nice. I, Y, T, keeping those arms straight. They're just levers to the shoulder that we're warming up here. Both sides. Good work, everybody. I, Y, and T. One more time. I, Y, and T. Good. One more movement for our warm up to get a little bit of blood flow going. We're actually going to go into a reverse lunge, just nice and light, right? Just going body weight. And when we go into that reverse lunge, I want us to twist. So looking at you, we're going to go here. We're going to get that T-spine rotation, then back up, go to that other leg, reverse lunge. And then I like rotating to the side where that front knee is forward, okay? So my left knee is forward, rotate to the left, vice versa, right knee's forward. Get that rotation, getting that lower body, that spine going. Hope you guys are doing well today. Like I said at the beginning, man, it is rainy here in Houston, on and off. I want to make sure you guys have some energy, even with that rain going. I know it's kind of relaxing, but got to get that workout done. Last rep right here. Awesome, good job. So we're going to keep those intervals like we usually have them, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. The only thing that's going to change today is during those 20 seconds off, there's going to be a little filler movement to kind of keep you guys moving, okay? So first movement is going to be a squat. We're not going to do anything crazy today, okay? No tempo changes, nothing fancy. We're just going to get as many squats as we can in that 20 seconds. And then on the 20 seconds that we're quote unquote off, we're just going to be going into a calf raise like that, okay? So I'm going to get my timer out. I want y'all to get that nice shoulder width position, maybe a little bit wider, and if you need to, toes out. And I always like counterbalancing these, okay? So we'll go ahead and get started in 5 seconds. Go ahead and get set up, core tight. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Good, working through your full range of motion. Just getting as many squats as we possibly can in this 20-second interval. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then from there, we're going straight into those calf raises. So today, it's kind of like a superset where we're pairing two muscle groups that don't necessarily work together. So it's not going to impact your performance, but you stay moving. Back to squats in 3, 2, 1. Come on. Keeping that pace. Good. Make sure we're gripping the ground with those feet as always, everybody. Have that nice neutral spine. 3, 2, 1. Those upper legs just moved. Now we're getting those lower legs moving. Hoping that we get a kind of metabolic component going, kind of a conditioning component along with our strength today. Last round of squats right here. 3, 2, 1. Let's knock them out. Make sure you're keeping that breathing going. All right, full rest in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So relax here for a second, catch your breath, and we're gonna stay with these main kind of meat and potato movements that we do variations of all the time. So again, without being fancy, we're just gonna go into a hip hinge movement this time. Right here, again, about shoulder width apart, gripping the ground. Now instead of starting at that knee like we did with our squat, we're making sure that we push that hip back and then pull it forward. Push that hip back, pull it forward. My favorite cue for this one, pretend like you have a band or a rope or something. Somebody's pulling you back like that, right? It's pulling back, you feel that stretch in the hamstring, up, big squeeze on the glute. In between those, we're going into a reverse fly, just right here, repping out some shoulder work, okay? So we're gonna get going here. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, hip hinge. So those fingertips are pretty much, I like them making contact with my legs, going to that knee, maybe just beyond. Stretching the hamstring, squeezing the glute. 3, 2, 1, straight into our reverse fly today. So we're coming out, back in. Think about those shoulder blades, trying to squeeze together. Even though it's probably not gonna happen, it's a good thing to think about to make sure we have that tension. All right, y'all, back to our hinges. 3, 2, 1, come on. Speaking of hinges, on Thursday's Spine Health series of the Fit Pro Show, we're going to be talking about strength training. It's part 2 of our series and lots of good information. 3, 2, 1, reverse fly. We're going to be talking about some deadlift variations. If you didn't know, the average person hinges at the hip like that thousands of times a day, literally thousands. All right, 3, 2, 1, last hip hinge. So if you're going to be doing that movement pattern that much, make sure you're doing it right. So we stay away from that pain and injury. This is our last 10 seconds of these hinges, and then we got a water break. Keep moving, y'all. 3, 2, 1, good. Take a little breather, you earned it. We're moving today. Grab some water. And we're gonna start getting into some upper body. So when we talk about the upper body, what are those 2 main things that we do? We push and pull. So we're gonna start out with the pull, doing a bent over row. So you remember, we wanna retract those scaps, bring those elbows back, and we're gonna be in that hinge position that we just practiced, right? So we're here, we're gonna come all the way back, big squeeze and forward, back and forward, keeping those hands just as close to our legs as we possibly can, all right? And then in between those, all we're gonna do, tricep extension, going down like that. Pretty simple, not always easy. All right, y'all, first set, ready, let's go. We're here, coming all the way up, big squeeze. Again, staying flat through that back, stabilizing with that lower body as well. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. So in between, think about just extending at that elbow. What you're doing is trying to squeeze those triceps. Again, it's a paired movement where we just did a pull, and now I'm going to do a push with you for a little single joint action. Going into our rows in 3, 2, 1, come on. This is great if you have any bands or dumbbells or barbells or, you know, kids, dogs running around. Grab one of those, you can do these movements too. 3, 2, 1, awesome, and then we're pushing downward. Sometimes multiple things like that happen at one time, right? You're holding on to something on one side and then you're grabbing something from the ground. That's where we start talking about anti-rotation exercises, and we're going to talk about that on Thursday as well. All right, last set of rows, ready, let's go. Good, leading with those elbows, everybody, come on. Again, squeezing those shoulder blades together. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so we're going to be on the ground because we're going into some push-ups next. For these push-ups, how we're going to set this up is we're going to have our hands stacked underneath our shoulders. We're going to make sure our torso is nice and tight. We're going to squeeze those glutes as well, okay? So think stacked, tension, big squeeze right here. So it looks like this right here. Going all the way down, back up, all the way down, back up. If you have to go onto that knee or maybe up against the wall or something like that, please feel free to. All right, everybody, get into it. Going into that first set in 3, 2, 1. Come on. I didn't tell you what we're supersetting with. It's just going to be a curl. And I'm going to stay down on 2 knees when we knock those out. 3, 2, 1. So we're here in this kneeling position. We're going to knock out those curls. Again, our main movement was a push. So for this paired set, we're going with a pull here at the elbow. Get some blood flow. All right, push-ups in 3, 2, 1. We're moving, everybody. Ten. All right, 3, 2, 1. Come up, still moving. Don't worry, after this next set of push-ups, this is our last set of curls right here. This next set of push-ups, you get a well-earned rest. Blood flow. Let's get those guns juicy. 5 seconds. Last set of push-ups. Let's push it. 3, 2, 1. Come on. 10. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Grab some water. I'm going to do that as well. Hope you guys are hanging in there. How are you feeling? Let me know. We're going to finish off with some core and then really get that heart rate up with some of our conditioning for our 6th and final main exercise, okay? So first things first, again, staying with those basic movements, right? Those foundational movements. We're just going to go into a plank hold. So this time, if you've done planks with me before, you kind of get it. Now that elbow is stacked underneath the shoulder and our palms are going to be upward. Same 2 things that we talked about when setting up the push-up. We're bringing this all in, right? So that belly button going towards the spine, kind of crunching in that core, and then glutes on. All right, so get that checklist going. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Hold. Good, so we're tucked in that pelvis. And we have tension there. Not in the lower back. Those abs and those glutes. 3, 2, 1. All I'm going to do here is stretch in between. No strength work in between here. Lengthening that torso. Just some extra credit for y'all. All right. Second set of plank. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Glutes on, core on. I'm going to say it until the cows come home. Just a reminder, because I know I lose tension in those sometimes. That's why I'm here to remind you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Doing the opposite. My hips are going to go back. Trying to kind of decompress that spine after we were stabilizing it. Good work, everybody. About to go into that last set of planks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold strong. Big squeeze, big squeeze. the home stretch, everybody. One more exercise after this for our main work. 3, 2, and 1. Release. You can stay on the ground. You're welcome for the programming like that, so we're not going up and down. But what we're going to do is get into that high plank position or push-up position, and we're going to go into some mountain climbers. So we've done that knee to elbow where it's like this, where we're nice and slow, keeping it crunched in. For today, I want us to be fast, and that foot's really coming up off the ground, and we're moving. So you kind of get into a groove, and you're here, right? Kind of have that plyo component. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, get a little tap of that toe, and it's kind of the same thing, just a lower intensity option, okay? So we're going into that first round here, and 3, 2, 1, come on. Nothing changes in that spine or pelvis. Under control. Now we got those legs churning. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Full rest in between these. And it's not a joke keeping yourself up after doing all those push-ups, right? And doing all those planks. It's purposeful. It'll make you more resilient, more fit. All right, y'all, going in 5. Go ahead and get in position. 2, 1, come on. Good, keep moving, everybody. Push, push, push. 5, 3, 1. Relax. One last working set. You're doing great. Try to regulate that breathing as much as you can in 20 seconds. And we'll finish up strong. Going in 5, 2, 1. Here we are. Start off doing that plyo if you can, and then regress to those taps to get burnt out. 5, 2, 1. Release, relax, and we're just going to cool it down a little bit. First thing that I want to do, especially since we're moving through that lower body so much, put your hands on the ground. Let's bring one calf back and try to straighten out that left leg and bring that heel as close to the floor as possible. Mine's not quite getting there, but I'm feeling the big stretch. Good, other side. Straightening out that right leg, reaching down. It's where so many people are immobile in that ankle area. Then we go side to side, one at a time. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So this next one, again, I want to go into that lengthened state for our core. So we're bringing those knees down. We're just bringing some length through that torso. Big breaths in and out. We just talked about ankle mobility, and that's another reason why the deadlift and hinge variations are so inclusive to people, because a lot of people have a lot of structural issues with the squat and a lot of joint demands at the squat. The deadlift don't really have even half as many, especially at that ankle. So a really good reason to always do those hinges. All right, everybody. So this is our last one. All I want us to do is go up into this pigeon pose. I usually have you at 90 degrees right here. I actually want you in this front leg to bring that lower leg as close as possible to your thigh, okay? And then when we do that, what you're gonna do is reach through this arm right here, reach through, and then get a big rotation and follow your fingertips with your eyes. We're gonna do that 3 times, that's number 1. Reach as far as you can, try to go a little deeper. Rotate. 2, third one. One in between, under that armpit, reach. Third rotation, up, good. Last one, final side, same thing. We're not at this 90. We're actually going right here. That leg is as close to the upper leg as possible. Reach and under. Oh, I got some back cracks. There we go. Rotate. That's one, two more. Reach. Walk forward to those fingertips. Reach, reach, reach. Rotate. Still that gaze is following where our fingers are going. This is our last one. Reach. And rotate through that T-spine. Wonderful job, everybody. This is always a fun class for me. Thanks for joining in, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day.